Hello, my name is Charles Tulip, and today I'm here with the actors from the new movie Love Medicine, based off the book by the same name. The book Love Medicine is by Louise Elrich, who is also the author of The Roundhouse, winner of the National Book Award for Fiction. But now, back to Love Medicine, a New York Times bestseller and winner of the National Book Critics Circle Award. Today, I am here with Tanya and Elizabeth, two of the actresses in the movie. Welcome to Tulip Interviews.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks.
So who are the two characters that you two play?
I play Marie Cashbaugh, who is the wife of Nectar Cashbaugh.
I guess for Lulu, she, the character I play, obviously, she's a very rocky love life, to say. I mean, it's very hard for her. She marries her first cousin, which is very weird for a very normalized culture. It's very weird. So she marries her cousin. They end up getting divorced along the road. And she marries a man named Morrissey, who in the movie is played by Tom Cruise.
It was a really interesting experience to work alongside Cruise in the movie. It was very exciting.
It was really exciting.
Yeah.
The fun thing was, though, is that when you're as tall as he is, when he has to stand on a box for a couple of scenes.
Yeah, he was so short that we had to actually find a stool in the studio for him to stand on. So he could actually look us in the eye. It was pretty funny. He laughed about it.
We laughed about it.
We laughed about it. It was
let
pretty
him know.
interesting. She overall, I think she was a very strong character, and I think he played her well, to be honest.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, yeah, I will agree that she was a very, very strong character. It was something really hard to portray. So I would say that playing somebody like Lulu and you being Marie, who were kind of both lovers of Nectar, how they both with the hurt of me being kind of left by him and her end up being with him. It's kind of weird because being friends in real life, it's really hard to incorporate that into acting, as if it was hard to be around each other.
Yeah. Sometimes it just you're so into acting that it's just it's hard to put reality aside and just focus that get into the mindset that this isn't real. And your best friend is not sleeping with your husband.
Yeah.
Where were you guys filming at?
We actually filmed in a Native American reservation in North Dakota. They actually welcomed us in with open arms after we told them we just really wanted to capture the life of a Native American. And so yeah, they were completely on board with it, just as long as we didn't disturb their daily life or anything or got in the way.
Yeah, I mean, it was really cool, though, actually, because once you start talking with the people who have lived there for such a long time, hey, how should I act? How should I be thinking? How should I be portraying you in this type of setting? And it was really great for them to tell us, to give us all the information they could that would help us in the book. And I think it was really good actually being on a Native American reservation, so we could portray it in a way that was true and real and full of life and everything that actually be there.
Yeah, they also, you just kind of understand the trials and the tribulations that they had to go throughout their history and on the reservation. So it's just as an actor, you just kind of learn what emotion to use, because there's that inner emotion. It's just it's raw.
Yeah, it's real. It's a real thing. It's real. It's always been there. I mean,
it's almost hard. It's almost hard to explain, because it's just so much heartache, but they're so strong of people that they've made through it.
What was the main conflict of the story or tone?
I would say that the overall aspect of the story, Love Medicine, is representing Native American culture, and I would say that the tone is very serious about how death and love can motivate all.
Yeah, it really is. It's very love and driven. It's very love driven. It's very it's very emotional. That's mostly what the book is behind. It's about human emotion and how people work, how people interact, how anger and how much death there are in the real world. And more to the plot, though, it's I mean, there's so many just symbols of desire and love and anger being in conflict with yourself, and
There's so many raw human emotions.
yeah, it's kind of hard to transfer that into into a character, because I mean, for us, we wouldn't really know what that's about, because it's so intense. It's so it's just something that you can't really imagine.
So I haven't read the book, but one of my producers has, and she says that there are so many points of view that it's confusing. Is that true?
So I mean, there's so many characters in the book that we actually kind of had to make a list for it.
It's a pretty lengthy list.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So we'll read off some of the characters for you, not all of them. So we'll go off with the more important characters. So there's Marie Cashpaw, which that's her. There's Nectar Cashpaw, which is also her husband. There's Lulu Nanapush Lamartine, which is me. There's June Morrissey, who she wasn't around on set for very long. She died in the beginning of the book, which I guess is kind of the fuel for the entire book itself. She dies in the beginning. She is trying to find her way home. She's intoxicated. She's drunk. So she gets lost, and it's winter, and she ends up freezing to death and dies.
There's also Eli Cashpaw, who is the adopted father of June, the girl that passed. There's Gary Nanaposh, which is the son of Lulu.
One of the many sons of Lulu. There's also Albertine Johnson. He is the daughter of Zelda Cashpaw and the granddaughter of Marie Cashpaw. So she's kind of different, or he's kind of a different character, or a different like descendant of all the characters. And there's Harry Lamartine Jr., who is the son of Lulu and Beverly. So it's kind of like a joined relationship. Henry goes to war, and he comes back very changed. He becomes an alcoholic after when he comes home, and he ends up committing suicide in the late part of the novel and in the series, or in the movie series.
I do know that the actor who played Henry, which was Will Smith, had a hard time dealing with the fact that his character had to commit suicide. He told me personally that that's just a really hard topic to deal with, and when it came to that scene, we all just felt the raw emotion that he had when he had to kill himself, and it was that scene was for me and everybody on set, that was just really upsetting, and he was just really upset to have to deal with that.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, I guess the point of view kind of jumps from person to person. It starts off from June's perspective, and then jumps, and then kind of goes around. So I mean, I guess it's a little hard to follow, but I mean, really, once you've read the book and you've kind of figured it out, you really know how it works. So
I would say for me, personally, I found it quite confusing, the jumping from person to person, and sometimes there was just a little bit less context of which person was talking. That was a bit confusing, but I do believe that it did help the story progress till the climax of the story. I think it really did help the story move on.
Yeah, I mean, it really did. I mean, if you think about it, though, I mean, you get all these perspectives from so many people that, you get, instead of just a couple, he said, she said, that you get everything. You know what they're thinking, you know what they're saying, you know what's happening.
Yeah. It's not just a 2D story, it's 3D emotional story.
Yeah, it definitely is.
The movie is coming out September 20th, 2022.
I highly recommend you read the book before you go see the movie.
Yeah, definitely. It kind of gives you more of a strong awareness of the book. All right, well, I'm Elizabeth.
And I'm Tanya.
And that was our interview with
Charles Tulip.
It was great. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us again.
So, all right, go see it in theaters, and we'll see you there.
Bye.
Okay.
I love Katie Holmes.